Welcome to Yoga 360 with Elnaz, and thanks for joining me today. I want to do a very short session for Vinyasa Flow for beginners, and thanks for joining me. So let's come on your mat and have a seated position. Close your eyes. Start to come to the class. Bring yourself, your thought into this place. Start to cultivate your breathing by paying more attention to your breathing. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Interlace your hands in front of you. Slowly start to reach your arms all the way to the ceiling. And breathe in and breathe out while you're here. Elongate your torso. Keep the collarbones wide. And very slowly bring your palms to the crown of the head, and very slowly just turn to your right side, revolving your rib cage. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly coming back to the center, and then revolving to the left side of the body. Again, be wary of your breathing. And when you're ready, reach your arms all the way to the ceiling. And then slowly just lower your right hand down and again lean to your right side, stretching your body all the way from the hip to the fingers. And breathe in, breathe out. Slowly coming back to the center. Switch the hands and slowly lean to the left side of the body as you are stretching the right side of the body. Staying here. And slowly coming back down. Interlace your hands behind yourself, then open the chest and the collarbones all the way to the front of the room. Breathe in, breathe out. And then when you're ready, slowly release your arms. Maybe just move your shoulders a little bit backwards. When you're ready, also a little bit to the front. And put your palms on your knees and slowly start to move in a circumvent flow to the right side of the body, all with the waist. So as you can see, moving to the right side as if I'm drawing a circle with the crown of the head. And be wary of your breathing. And when you're ready, switch to the left side, reverse. And then from here, come to the tabletop position, having your wrists underneath your shoulder and the knees underneath your hips, opening the chest to the front of the room, taking the breath and exhaling, coiling the back all the way. And again with the inhale, take a breath, open the chest, collarbones wide, and exhale, deflating the air all the way. Again, one more time. And exhale. And again, now this time I want to do a different flow. So take a breath, open the chest to the front, and with the exhale you want to sink back all the way to the child pose. Again, coming up, taking a breath, open the chest, and with the exhale, coming all the way back to the child pose. One more time. And exhale, coming all the way to the child pose. And then from here, coming back to the tabletop, coil your toes under, and we're gonna slowly shift the hips and the thighs all the way toward the back of the room as we're straightening the legs and pushing to the palms, elongating the upper body as we're coming to the downward facing dog. So this position is called downward facing dog, or Adho Mukha Shavasana in Sanskrit. So while you're here, it's okay to have a bend in the knees if the hamstrings are tight. However, we want to make sure that you're elongating the upper body by pressing strong on our palms and engaging the arms, the biceps and the triceps, and pushing the hips and the thighs toward the back of the room. Staying here for 3 deep breaths. 3, 2, and 1. And very slowly from here, I'm coming to the plank position. And for the ones which this is too much, I would recommend that you can put the knees down as a support. And basically, from the plank, we're coming all the way down very slowly and smoothly on our mat. Putting the forehead on the floor, then adjusting your palms next to your ribs. And we're gonna take a cobra pose. So you can see that my palms are next to my ribs and the elbows are basically hugging each other next to my body. So I'm gonna take a breath, lift my chest, lift the forehead only, and this is called cobra pose or bhujangasana. And with the exhale, putting the forehead on the floor. I'm again coiling my toes under, pressing to my hands, coming all the way to the plank position. And from here, pushing the hips and the thighs all the way toward the back of the room, coming to downward facing dog. Again, staying here for another 3 deep breaths. You have, if you want, you can pedal your feet a little bit to just stretch the hamstrings, basically waking up the legs. And then when you're ready, you're going to walk your hands slowly to your feet. When you get there, basically, you're going to let the head and the neck dangle. And while you're folding forward, stay here. Let the stretch happens all the way on the back of the legs. If you want, you can clasp your elbows and slowly just move to the side. And slowly release. Press to the 4 corners of your feet, and we're going to slowly come all the way up to the standing position. You're coming back to Tadasana. So come to the front of the mat, front of your mat basically, standing in Tadasana, making sure that the feet are parallel to each other and your body is straight, your sternum is up, the collarbones are wide, and your hands are, your arms are next to your body, the palms are facing to the front of the room. So from here, take a breath, reach your arms all the way to the front and up. Feel your lungs, and with the exhale, touch your palms, bring your hands to your heart. And again, back to Tadasana, or the mountain pose. So again, one more time, reach your arms all the way up, take a breath. Touch palms, maybe even gaze up, and exhale, bring it to your heart and next to your body. So this time we're gonna go up, take a breath, reach your arms all the way up, touch palms, and with the exhale, we're gonna fold forward all the way, coming to Uttanasana. Letting the head down go. And then we're gonna take a breath, lift your chest halfway up, hands on the shin. This is called Ardha Uttanasana. I'm trying to make my back flat, pulling the belly in, and then again with the exhale, coming back to Uttanasana, releasing the head. And again, one more time, we're gonna push to the feet, come all the way up, reaching the arms to the ceiling, taking a breath. And with the exhale, bring your hands to your heart, coming back to mountain pose. So this time we're gonna do Sun Salutation version A, which is the basic version, and excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. So let's take a breath, reach your arms all the way to the ceiling, and with again touch your palms. With the exhale, fold forward, hinge forward from the hip all the way to Uttanasana. Release the head, lift your chest halfway up. Bring your hands on shin, take a breath. This is Ardha Uttanasana. With the exhale, release your head, frame your hands around your feet, and step one foot at a time to the plank position. Again, while we are here in the plank position, make sure that you're not dumping your lower body, and basically you're keeping it level with the rest of the body. So pull your hip a little bit up. And from here, we're gonna slowly come all the way down on our mat. Again, point your toes, adjust your palms next to your ribs. Let's take a breath. Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Lift your chest. And with exhale, bring your forehead to the floor. Again, coil your toes under. Press and come to the plank position. And from here all the way to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Again, staying here for 2 to 3 breaths. And then when you're ready, step your left foot and bring it and put it between your hands. From here, pin your back heel down, and we're gonna push to the front leg, coming all the way up, reaching the arms to the front and the ceiling. Staying, this is called Warrior 1, and as you can see, my attempt is to keep the hip square to the front of the room. Or basically Warrior 1 or Virabhadrasana 1. So staying here and breathing. Making sure that the front knee is bent and the knee is stacked over the front heel. Give a little bit of space around the neck by externally rotating the arms. Basically, the outer arms are rotating toward the front of the room as the inner arms are rotating toward the back of the room. And slowly, again, bring your arms down, frame your front foot. Again, push the front leg all the way to the plank position. Slowly coming all the way, Chaturanga down. Again, adjust your hands next to your ribs. Let's take a breath. Open your chest, coming to Cobra pose. And exhale. Coiling your toes under. Press to the plank position, coming all the way to downward facing dog. Again, staying here for another 2 more deep breaths. And then from here, step your right foot between your hands. Again, pin the back heel down, press to the front leg, reach your arms all the way to the ceilings, keep your hips square to the front of the room. Virabhadrasana 1 or Warrior 1. Again, give a little bit of external rotation to the arms and make sure that the front knee is bent. Staying here for another 2 breaths. And slowly just bring your windmill both hands to the floor. Coming back to the plank position. And from here we're going to take another vinyasa, coming all the way down to our belly. Bringing the arms next to your ribs. Let's take another cobra pose. Take a breath. And with the exhale, coming back down. Coil your toes under, pushing to the hips, come to the plank position, and from here all the way to downward facing dog. And this time when you're ready, slowly walk your hands coming all the way. Sorry, walk your feet coming to your hands and again coming to Uttanasana. Releasing the head and the neck. Let's take a breath. Lift your chest halfway up. Ardha Uttanasana, hands on the shin. And again exhale, coming back to Uttanasana. And again pushing to the 4 corners of the feet, coming all the way to the standing position, reaching the arms to the ceiling, taking a breath. And with the exhale, bring your hands to your heart and back to the Tadasana. So this was one cycle of Sun Salutation version A. And there are version B and C as well, which we have more poses being added. Before I will put the version B and C for other sessions. However, I would like to teach you Utkatasana in this session, which is chair pose. And basically in chair pose, we're gonna take a breath, basically bend your knees, sit back, and you're sinking the hip down, opening the chest to the front by also reaching the arms all to the ceiling. So you can have your Utkatasana while your feet are like parallel and hip distance, or if the feet are together. Both are correct. So staying here and breathing. You have your belly in, trying to keep the chest to the open to the front of the room. And slowly, when you're ready, slowly come all the way to the standing position. Bring your hands to your heart. And come back to Tadasana. So let's have a seat on your mat. We would do few basically positions for basically working on the hip flexors. So just open your legs in the V shape and slowly just, you can grab your feet, it's fine. If not, you can grab your ankles or even the shins. Just slowly lean forward and trying to keep the sternum a little bit open while you're in this pose. And very slowly start to come back up. Just bring your legs to the front, and again lift your arms all the way to the ceiling, elongate your torso, take a breath, and with exhale fold forward all the way, reach your legs. This is called Dandasana or staff pose. Basically, let me actually do it from the side. So while you're in this pose, it's okay if you want to keep a bend on your on your knees if needed, and try to open the chest a little bit to the front of the room. And be wary of your breathing all the time. And slowly release and let it go. And then lie down on your mat. Bring your knees to your chest. And then stack them together. When you're ready, slowly just twist to your right side as you're opening your hand or your basically left arm all the way to the left side of the room. So letting the twist happen all the way on your body. And when you're ready, slowly coming back to the center, and maybe move your knees all the way to the left side as you're opening your right hand to the right side of the room. Letting the stretch happen all the way on the right side. You're ready, slowly coming back to the center. Again, the last pose, we're going to do a happy baby, bringing the soles of the feet all the way to the ceiling, maybe a little bit of rocking to the side, stretching the groins, the hip areas. And when you're ready, slowly unravel yourself on your mat. We're coming to the last pose, which is Shavasana, or the corpse pose. So just have your attention on your breathing. We're going to stay here for a short Shavasana. Release your arms, relax your jaw. Release any tension in any part of your body. Anything you are holding on, any part. Release the tension between your eyebrows, the skin around your temples, any part. And stay present. And when you're ready, slowly start to deepen your breathing. Move your fingers, move your toes. And when you're ready, turn to your right side like a fetal position. And when you're ready, slowly press to your left hand. Keep your eyes closed. Come to the seated position. Bring your hands to your heart. Maybe you can check in with yourself and see how you're doing now compared to the beginning of the class. Let's be grateful for this practice, for this day, for our bodies, our mind, and our souls that accompanied us throughout this practice. Let light, love, and bless fill the lives of everyone on this planet. Thanks for joining me. Namaste.